All right, thank you. I want to thank you all for coming. Thank you for watching this video in advance. This is your teacher, Teacher Lurry Isidoro, and we are going to look at letter writing. Letter writing is open, and the way I have designed this, it will work for senior 1, 2, 3, and even 4 for revision purposes. So this is an open one under letter writing because it's a recurrent topic. So we shall be handling it, and it will be able to help all classes from senior 1 to senior 4. So I'm very sure it's not a new topic for many, but we want to see what are the new things that have been brought up, the new rules that we shall follow. That is what we're here to learn today. So let us buckle up as we head for our topic. So definitely we all know we have 2 types of letters. We have the informal letters commonly written to relatives and friends. They are also called friendly letters. And then the other one is formal letters, and it deals with official ideas of businesses. That's why they're also sometimes called business letters. They are more serious in terms of punctuation and all other aspects under letter writing. So however, today our interest is under informal letters. We will start with informal letters. What are they? How are they written? What form of language is used? All that we shall cover under this topic. So these may be commonly known as social or friendly letters, I'm very sure. The letters you write to your friends, your girlfriend, your best friend, your sister, person you're very close to, person you can easily talk to without a lot of formalities. So it is easy to write in forms of format or layout, language, and tone. Tone, when we talk about tone, we talk about the quality of voice. Your voice, or rather your tone will not be serious since you're talking to someone you know. So examples of these letters include those you send to family members. All those, either you're requesting or you apologizing, but as long as you're writing to a family member, you realize that you write a friendly letter. Okay, key things to note under letter writing. Generally, under letters, we focus on format. So what students must do here is to indent their paragraphs. I will illustrate what indenting means. The opposite of indenting is blocking. Those are the different ways we can paragraph our work. However, these days it is recommended in English language and literature that we strictly use indented paragraphs. The other thing we must note and take very key is proper punctuation. We have looked at different punctuation marks in primary. All those must be applied correctly. The use of capitalization or capital letters where necessary, because most times people ask, should the address be written in capital letters? Should we write it in lower letters? Today we shall be able to decipher all those unknowns here. We shall make them known. So we're going to look at parts of the informal letter. What makes up these informal letters? So the first thing we usually have is the sender's address, or commonly known as your address, the writer's address. Usually put it at the top right-hand corner and must be indented. And we shall see with the example what indenting is. That is followed by the date, and that date should always be written formally. When we talk about formally, it should be written in full. An illustration is there, 5th December 2021. The comma comes after the month. After the date, you follow that with a salutation. The salutation now comes on the right-hand corner. It should be suitable. For example, dear friend, dear Rachel, my dear Rose. So when we talk about suitability, it should address that particular person in the capacity you know them. You know, if it's your girlfriend, you can say maybe dear, maybe sweetheart, or dear Mary, or dear mom. Here you can even be allowed to use a bit of informal language, as long as they are not slangs or jargons that are only known to a few people. Because remember, someone has to read through your letter, and this time not necessarily the person receiving, but for the examiner's purposes, we avoid using slangs or jargons, but you can use a bit of the common known informal language like mom, dad. Those are the informal words we can accept for this case. After salutation, you go to the body. That body must have what we call an introduction, greetings. The first paragraph usually is greetings. How are you, mom? How are you, dad? Whoever you're writing to. Then you follow with the main paragraphs. The main paragraphs talk about why you have written this letter. If you are inviting them for something, you talk about it in the second paragraph or after greeting. Then finally, there's what we call complimentary clause. A complimentary clause is based on how you have saluted, and we shall look at it in the next part. So what are the common phrases you can use to begin an informal letter? You can commonly start an informal letter by saying, thank you for your letter which I received. Now, that is if someone has written to you. I was pleasantly surprised to hear from you. That is if someone also wrote to you. It was wonderful to hear from you after a long time. Remember, friends, you keep exchanging letters. So at this point, this person is pleased or is informing you, in short, they received your letter and they are excited that you wrote to them or you write to them, depending on how frequent you do. So those are the common ones for starting. There are others, or perhaps it could be a very fresh one, and then you can be the one to break the ice. You can simply say, it has been very long ever since I heard from you. I hope you are all right. Now, that one definitely means you had never written to the person, or you had taken very long without writing to your best friend. Remember, informal letters are written to family members, members who are close to you. So common phrases on how to end, you can use this, we shall apply this majorly when we have started the practical writing. They can help us to have a start. I promise to write to you soon. That is how you can end. You can have some of those. I hope you will reply soon. Give my best wishes to your parents. We shall see how to apply some of those towards the end as I give an example. So examples of informal letter. Now, when I talked about indenting, I want you to focus on this. My address, this is now the writer's address. The sender's address is on the right-hand top corner. We indent this paragraph, this address. How do we do that? If you look at Chibera High School, PO box, the PO box now comes and starts from high school. You leave space from this side. Even when where the location is still put after some space. So all this is what we call to indent. Let me show you what, from here up to here. This is what we call to indent, because you have left space here, you have left space here. So because remember, initially they were supposed to have started from here, all of them. That's what we call to block. But here we shall indent by leaving space from our margin. I will assume this is our reference now, where the Kiweri school starts from. So I hope that is understood. This is the recommended as per now. This is the recognized style by UNEP for now. So then it's followed by the date. We said the date is written in full. The TH is on the same line with the number and the month. 12th December, the comma is after the month, 2021 full stop. The other thing I will emphasize is these commas here. After Chiveri, there is a comma. After PO Box, there is a comma. There is only a full stop when you reach the location Mwende, full stop. Others, it would be maybe Kampala, full stop, Wakiso, full stop. So that's when you put the full stop. After that, you go to the salutation, dear father. Now that is what we call a salutation. This is what we call a salutation, dear father. It could be anyone else that you're writing to, but that's what we call a salutation. Dear mom, dear dad, you put it here. I send my warm greetings and hope that everyone at home is fine. Now, do you see that? The first paragraph is greetings. You exchange the pleasantries. Hello, hi, how are you? Those are found in the first paragraph. Back to me, I am doing well. Inform them also how you're doing after greeting and checking on how they are. I write this letter kindly reminding you of my visitation day, which is scheduled for 18th December. The comma is supposed to be here, comma 2021. Daddy, please don't forget my math textbook. Now you're reminding him, then you're adding additional information. This is what we call the main body. This letter is not yet over. We're going to look at the remaining part in the next slide. Go ahead. Now, this is what we call the conclusion. I am looking forward to seeing you and the rest of the family. Now, this is what we call the conclusion. My letter has been very simple, but straight to the point. Remember, a letter usually fits majorly on one page. People don't have a lot of time. So most times we are encouraged that a letter fits in only one single page instead of you going overboard to different pages. So, however, try to be as brief, straight to the point, mentioning what you need. Don't go verbal unless need be. I'm looking forward to seeing you and the rest of the family, your loving son. Now, when you look at this, this is what we call a complementary clause, the comma there. This is what we call a complementary clause. Here we don't say yours sincerely, that is for official letters. Here you simply say, depending on the title your dad calls you or your father calls you, so you can put this complementary clause, your loving son, your beautiful daughter, your handsome son, depending, then you put your name. Then this is the name. So that's what we call an informal letter. I hope you have understood that. So after listening to that, I will expect that you try out an assignment, a very simple assignment that I have for you. It's a revision question. Write a letter to your best friend, inviting him or her for your birthday party, which will take place at home in Chireka on the 20th of December, 2021. I want you to try that out, and then you submit your work to our Google Classroom, where I shall put the link. I will attach the link to our YouTube channel here, and then you'll be able to forward your work, and I will mark diligently and timely. Thank you so much for attending, and God bless you. I remain your teacher, Teacher Onyul Lurry Isidoro. Have a good day ahead of you.